Hey, morning. Part 2 of dissociation, brain breakthrough. So we want to demystify dissociation and how it impacts trauma survivors. Now, on the 2nd of May, I discussed understanding dissociation and the different types of dissociation. And I'm going to do a quick recap and then move into today's learning. So what is dissociation? It's a mental process where someone disconnects from their thoughts, their feelings, emotions, and really importantly, our sense of identity. It's a coping mechanism that is developed after we've had a trauma event or a trauma response. But what does it do for us? Well, it helps us to detach from the overwhelming experiences that our situation has meant for us. There are 3 different types of dissociation. Depersonalization, which is a feeling of detachment and estrangement from oneself. You become an observer of your life and you watch from the outside. And then derealization, which is a process that involves a sense of detachment from our overall world. So we feel like our world is unreal, it's dreamlike, it's totally distorted. We don't feel like we belong in it. We're not always sure of time scales or what's happened when. And then dissociative amnesia. And this is where we have the inability to recall small events, unsure of what I said to someone. I don't really know how that conversation ended. And we even move into a state of forgetfulness. But dissociative amnesia is a coping strategy. It's what our body needs. It's what it does when we have been through or we're going through trauma. Now, trauma impacts us on a daily basis. So what does it do? It completely and utterly destroys our emotional regulation. So it severely impacts our ability to regulate on a daily basis. So we struggle with managing our emotions. How do we have to relate to someone? Often we just disconnect from them. And it leads to emotional outbursts, numbness, and very complicated relationship structures. Also, our cognitive functionality is totally impaired. So our memory and our decision making totally flies out the wall, out of the room, and we really challenge on doing day-to-day tasks. So we forget to remember important information, important dates, significance of certain things go unnoticed, and we definitely become affected in our performance, whether we're at work, at home, at school. So most importantly, I think the one that affects us most deeply and where we focus a lot in our Trauma Recovery Method online program or group program is our massive sense of identity or our identity loss. So persistent dissociation erodes our sense of identity. So it creates what is called a fragmented self-perception. It makes it really difficult for us to understand where do we fit into this trauma world. And it leads to a crisis of, in some cases, loneliness, even if you're with a crowd, even with you with friends, even with you with family. So our sense of identity is absolutely and utterly eroded during our period of trauma. And if you've been through trauma over a long period of time, so for example, physical abuse, childhood abuse, and then it's carried on, our sense of identity is totally lost. We actually have 4 identities that need to be realigned or brought back to the now for us to cope well as individuals. And identity or our loss of identity will bring this need to have different parts of us. So one part feels this, one part feels that. Some people can have between 8 or 10 parts. Massively energy sapping. You feel exhausted, tired, burnt out because every part is trying to grab your attention. But you know what? Actually, Every one of those parts is just trying to do something in the right way for you, but they are like magnets. They work away from each other. What we have to do is bring all of this together. So if any of this, derealization, loss of identity, really speaks to you and you feel like your trauma is impacting you to a point now where life is becoming unbearable, book a call to speak with us. So in the group, you'll find that there is a link for you to purchase a consult with me. We have a fantastic system in place. We're getting amazing results. Reach out, speak to us, book that consult, and let's see how we can get you sorted. So have a wonderful day. I'm Bonita from the Trauma Recovery Method. I'm the creator of it. Come and join myself and my team and let's talk. Have an amazing day. Bye.